part 2 of El Camino de Rey. And you can see why it's one of the most famous hikes in all of Europe, definitely in Spain. Here's what I'm about to go on while we're talking. So these helmets are because there's rocks all up above and below and everywhere that we're looking. What we're going to jump into now is what is the management operating rhythm on a quarterly rhythm in a little bit more detail than we covered in part 1. So inside of the quarter, well, you start your first week of every single quarter with a quarterly strategic. When you go in and do that meeting, you're going to go in, and as a leader, I highly suggest 3 to 4 hours by yourself, where you're going to go in and take a look at how did you actually perform as a leader? What did you achieve relative to what was expected? How did you achieve that? What went well? What didn't go well? What are things that could be worked on? Then you meet with your team. I suggest this is at least a one-day meeting where you get together, you celebrate the major victories, you go through the things that you want to go get better on, you look at the data. Also ask each individual that reports into you, whether you have a team of 1, a team of 5, or a team of 7 reporting directly into you. Have them each prepare at least a 30-minute presentation where they're going to go walk through what pipeline did they generate across the quarter, what deals actually closed, what were their high and low points. Using data, don't allow them to just kind of like talk through, oh, I thought this went really well. Force them to go in and use data, because then you can use that as you build your teams over the future. Oh, this went really well because of this. This didn't go well because of this. After the quarterly offsite where you meet together as a team, then the next thing that you're going to want to make sure that you have planned each quarter is a career planning session. During the career planning session, I break this into 3 different areas. Career planning session part A, where you go in and you say, what do you love about what you're currently working on? What are the things that really get you excited? And that's everything from people, process, the job itself, the exact role that they have, clients they're working with, things that they love. Quick look, by the way, that's how far down what we're looking at goes. But anyway, what are the things that they love? Then you go into the exact opposite of that. What are the things that you don't like? What are the things that you wish would change? What are the things, and that's again, people that they do or do not like working with, process, the job itself, the title, the responsibility. Then the next thing that you go in and do is build, what are we gonna go do about this together? What's next? And for each individual, I like to give them 3 options. Are we A, mastering your current job? B, looking for a pivot? You've kind of determined you don't like this role, you don't like what you're doing, but you're a great fit for our company. What type of pivot? Or pivot outside of the company. Being open to that opportunity that the best fit for them might be working for somebody else is also really, really helpful. People like that you're open to that. Hopefully they choose to stay, especially if they're good. But is the pivot best outside of the company? Because maybe you don't have that role, you're in startup mode, you need the exact role hired for. And then the third thing would be a promotion. So either how do you master the current role? How do you go in and pivot to a different role? Or how are you earning your promotion next? So those are the 3 different options. After that, your career planning session, you then go in and say, now how are we going to go get there? What am I going to do as your leader to help you? What are you going to do as an individual to go get better? And let's go work on that for the next 3 months. That also will shape, and we're going to talk about this weekly, the development of your team, so your real world coaching you need to go in and do each and every single week. And so if you don't have the vision as to what they need to go work on, and they don't have inspiration as to what's the next step in their career, they're not going to be going and working on, or they're not going to be as motivated by the challenges you're going to give them throughout the quarter. Next, you go into your territory and account planning. Territory and account planning is one of the things that unfortunately gets left out a lot. Leaders don't go sit down and say, what are the most important accounts we'll break into? We've got the kind of the world is our oyster if you're brand new, or maybe they've got a very specific territory. They're in Southeast, or they're in Indiana and they're covering just state and local government, whatever it is. You want to be able to go in and make sure you prioritize. These are the accounts we're going to go work on. Then you build an account plan. So territory plan, what are the accounts we're going to work on? Then account plan, what exactly are we going to go do together? And it's strategy down to, hey, I know this CEO is the leader. I'm going to go reach out to them for you. We're going to develop marketing. We're going to invite them to an event. We're going to cold call in, but these are the people that we're going to go get into. Whatever ends up being, those are the main things for the quarter. After that, you also make sure you do an activity together, a quarterly activity as a team. Couple rules: needs to be out of the office, not in the office, outside of work hours. And the reason why is you want to go show the team we don't, as a company, work traditional hours, and we care about each other in and out of the office. And so anyway, you go do that, make it something memorable. Also be mindful, people have different likes than you. If you really love soccer, that doesn't mean you should be going to a soccer game every quarter. Go into a soccer game once a year, great idea, but also go to the ballet. Go in and make pottery together. Go in and go to an opera. Go golfing. Go try a variety of different things. So those are the main things every quarter you need to go do. Next, we're going to jump into monthly.